Thank you. Thank you. Uh, now, let me start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, could you do this with the phone? Uh, Good evening to everyone, and special thanks to Saranda for providing this platform or opportunity to interact with the participant. Thank you, Saranda. So, let me start. So, why we call this
It's my
smart
pleasure, sir.
agriculture?
It's my pleasure.
Is it audible? Okay. So what is the agriculture? Basic, there are two words: agri and culture, which is grown in the field. So using these natural resources, so we can simply divide into plant agriculture and animal. But we will focus on the plant agriculture, crop science. Okay. So this is the basic cycle. We are using the traditional preparation of soil and soil analysis to see the some deficiency of the nutrient, particularly nitrogen or micronutrients, and sowing of seeds. So we need some good quality of seeds and fertilizer and irrigation, pesticide if there is some insect infestation, and harvesting and storage, or otherwise we can go to the market direct. This is a simple cycle of the agriculture, crop science. So here we include some input cost. Why we need smart agriculture? Because we have to reduce the input cost. So we have to apply the science in this input, reducing this input cost. So this is simple cycle of the agriculture. So can we do this next slide? Okay. So as you know, the agriculture is the main life of this Indian economy. It contributes about 16% of the India gross domestic product (GDP) and 43% of Indian workforce. These are some about the agriculture, and all the industry which are the consumer, packaged goods, retail, all depend on the output produced by through the agriculture. But there are so many challenges between the sowing to harvest. We will come to this one by one. And one thing, weather patterns are unpredictable. And this agriculture is dynamic domain where solution cannot be generalized. Dynamic domain means they are specific to one region or one location, or maybe depend upon the time, spatial and temporal. Next slide. So to reduce the input cost or maximize the output, we are already using this precision farming. So what is the precision farming? Use of advanced technology and techniques to optimize agriculture practices and increase the crop yield while minimizing environmental effect. This is the simple precision we are performing several decades. So in this direction, we are using the more crop per drop of water to save the water, drip irrigation, soil analysis to see the which nutrient is deficient, and nano fertilizer. In this direction, we are for the few layers, we are using this nano urea to reduce the amount of the fertilizer because they are degrading the soil. So we are using this precision farming already. Next slide. Now coming to the main point, why we need smart farming. So as you know, the population is going to 10 billion by the 2005. So it may be there may be much demand for the agriculture community. So resources may be limited, environmental change are there, labor shortages will occur in the future, and as day by day, consumer preference is also changing. And the unpredictable weather patterns due to the climate change, forecasting and predictive analytics available today. We have so many techniques available. So smart farming can produce and enhance our food production. Next slide. In this direction, the current government is developing this Viksit Bharat, developed India by the 2047. So why? Because they want to rationalize the food and fertilizer subsidy. We are spending so much fund or on this fertilizer import, this. And government is promoting agri R&D, agri innovation, agri extension through this for this Bharat. And there are some water saving techniques they are promoting. They are giving the subsidies on this. And they are promoting the protected cultivations like the hydroponics, vertical farming. So they are with this. And they are also making the soil health card. They are making the soil analysis, performing on the soil base. And they are promoting high value agriculture through these things for the Viksit Bharat. And they are developing this India market, Pan India, for example, ENAM. I think you have heard about the ENAM through the cooperative or FPO, farmer production unit, digital platforms. So now there is a demanding driven system from plate to plow, not from farm to fork. It means we need whatever the consumer needs, we have to grow those crops. Next slide. So what is, you can define what is the definition of smart agriculture? There are many definitions, but simply we can call the use of new technology of the fourth industrial revolution in the area of agriculture production to increase quantity and quality by making maximum use of resources and minimize the environmental impact. This is a simple application definition of smart agriculture. There are different components. Next. So these are the different components: IoT, AI, data analytics. These techniques are used to optimize farming practices. So broadly, we can divide this sensor, drone, robotics, and automation irrigation system. So all these tools or techniques collectively are used to improve efficiency, sustainability, and yield. So you can, there are different these components we are used in the smart farming. Next slide. So smart farming technology, we collect all the data from the historical point by the about the crops, soil condition, weather patterns, and so we have to collect all the data, and then data is analyzed and interpreted for the decision to more efficient use of the resources. So smart agriculture use all the data. We have a database. We have to develop the database already there, and there are so many startups have used these techniques. Next slide. But there are some advantage or smart devices are improving plant productivity, improve resource use efficiency, optimize and automate water and agrochemical allocation, reduce crop loss due to the environment and pathogen-related stresses, monitor plant health status in real time, and improve plant phenotyping. This phenotyping uses generally the molecular breeding techniques. And there are some challenges. Now, heterogeneous data from various sources. This is the main disadvantage, or you can say the challenge, because these data are available for wheat. We have a data from Western UP, from Haryana. There are the soil is different, climate is different, or some timing is different. Even we cannot generalize one solution for one crop. So this is the main disadvantage of this smart farming. And data validation. It is very also difficult to validate this data. But even though all the merits are more, next slide. As I told you, the major components are drone technology, robotics, IoT, AI, and some digital techniques, tools, and platforms. So these are the main components. Otherwise, we include the logistics and the next slide. These are some points we are included in the smart agriculture. I will not go to these details, but there are so many parts: estimation of crop health, condition, yield. They are part of this smart agriculture. We have to focus on these processes of the crop productivity, soil and crop monitoring, predictive analytics, and machine learning, and soil physical and chemical properties mapping. Mapping is an important part. of the smart agriculture. And predictive analytics, we can predict or we can forecast the weather using this AI. Even we can also predict the market demand and prices, what will be the price in the future. So using this AI, we can use this predictive analysis. So they are all part of the smart agriculture. Next slide. So we go to what is this simply drone technology. We are already using the precision agriculture, but nowadays we have so many sensors are there, IoT there. We can drone technology. We can make the smart. So they have installed with cameras, sensor. They capture high resolution aerial data. These images and multispectral data are used to make soil mapping and analysis. And they can assess the crop health, detect pests, and evaluate nutrient levels. If there is a nitrogen level is low, so you can see the structure of the leaves. They can get the images of the leaves. And they can detect the pest. If there is an infestation or some disease there, they can detect all. Because they give the bird's eye view of the field. Or they are very useful in the hilly area. They can identify problem area, optimize resource allocation. So if there is some infestation, if there is nitrogen deficiency in a particular area, we can apply or we can allocate the fertilizer or pesticide only on those spots. So it means we can apply precisely and minimize the chemical wastage. They increase productivity and reduce environmental impact because we are applying on the focus area. So we can also use these drones to we can control remotely by the operator or through the AI. In the future, using the AI, the drone will go automatically. When they will detect the nitrogen deficiency there, drone will detect and they will go automatically. There is no need of the operator. And data-driven decision, they lead to the efficient resource usage. Next. In this slide, we can see they can also use for spraying, sensing, mapping, or soil mapping, as I told you, harvesting of these crops. So data-driven decision, optimize resource usage, improve crop yield, so they can minimize environmental impact. They also saves our time and labor. And they are valuable tools for precision agriculture, transforming traditional farming practices. AI-powered farming with drones, they are the real-timing information on the field condition. They provide the alert, and we can take the timely action to resolve the issue. These techniques are mostly used in the using this AI. Without action in the future, they will give the alert and timely action. You can resolve the issue if some problem is there in a specific area. Or they are very specific in the hilly areas. Next slide. Now coming to robotics in farming, the use of robotics to revolutionize the agriculture by increasing efficiency, reducing labor cost, and improving crop yield. So they can be used for planting, seedling more precisely and efficiently. And if they have some different sensors, so they can be used for crop monitoring. And the small robots with the sensor and camera, they can navigate through the field, performing tasks like the planting seed, applying fertilizer, and removing the weeds. Harvesting and picking, they can harvest and pick the desirable shape and color of the fruits. Autonomous mowing, pruning, seedling, spraying, thinning, all phenotyping, sorting, and packaging. So they can be used in future in the field. They are very useful in the you can say what you call hydroponics, vertical farming. They are the fully automatic in the next slide. So you can say this robotic technology can be used for crop monitoring. They can monitor the crop health, detect weeds early and before they become the major problem. Precision agriculture, they precisely apply the herbicide or pesticide whenever they are needed or where they are needed. So reducing the amount of chemicals use and minimize the environmental effect. Automatic weeding. Sensors and computers can detect the weeds, unwanted plants. They can identify and target individual weeds, either physically removing or applying precise amount of the herbicide. So these are the some robotics used in the agriculture. Next slide. They are cost effective, but initially they may be cost may be high, but in the long run they may be cost effective. Sustainability, they are reducing the use of the herbicide, can help to protect an environment and promote sustainable agriculture. Mapping and analysis, they can create detailed maps of crop yield and weed infestation, and allowing the farmers or using the AI to analyze data and make informed decision about the weed management strategy. Next slide. They can increase the efficiency because they can do harvest crop faster than the human being, and they can be work 25/7 without any break, improve yield. How they can pick the crop more precisely and with greater accuracy. So indirectly we have a higher yield and better quality crops. Safety, dangerous condition or uneven terrain. As I told you, hilly areas, there are uneven terrain is there in extreme weather conditions. So the safety is there. Flexibility, they can harvest different types of crop or more versatile. And finally, we can reduce the labor cost. In the future, you will see the labor cost may be high. Next slide. Now coming to data analytics. So smart farming is more focused on the use of data acquired through the various sources. As I told you, we need data historically, geographically, and instrumental, using the sensors or some electronic devices in the management of the activities of the farm. So data is acquired through weather data, remote sensing, or yield data, soil analysis data. So all data are acquired, they are processed, analyzed, interpreted to get some decisions. So this is the data analytics is a very important part of smart farming. So next slide. So as you see there, so the data collection, soil map, crop condition map, soil condition yield map. So all data is collected and then it is integrated, analyzed, and we get the decision, and then we apply in the sowing, timing, fertilizer application, protection. So this is the cycle of data analytics. You can see here, we can also get the images from the satellites, all these data aspects. So we can all data we can collect and analyze with to make this agriculture smart. So this is the cycle how we this smart agriculture is going on this way. Next slide. So in this targeted crop advice, financial service, their risk management tools. So we can risk efficient use of seed, fertilizer, water, early identification of plants, stresses, soil issues and pests, market insight for reduced crop waste and loss, and regulator compliance. So the data analytics include all these parameters for the smart agriculture. Next slide. Now coming to the sensor are the important part of this smart agriculture or electronic devices which you sense the some changes in the field or in. So sensors can translate physical or chemical analog stimuli, quantify it into the convert into digital signal. They can detect the physiological signals such as presence of pathogen, some temperature changes, pH change, volatile organic compound, or any change. So we can they are converted into electrical signals. Electrical signals are transmitted through the some electronic internet or website. They are to the control side. So sensors are very important part of the this smart agriculture. Now we are in the coming years, in the next decade, we will get the biosensor or these nano sensors. They are going to make this technology more smart. Next slide. These are some, because I told you received information can be interpreted to the degree of damage, and they are communicated information about the plant health. So there are some advantage. They are the low cost, portability, quick, reliable analysis, and remote control. So you can see here soil moisture sensors, or you can say water flow sensors, or humidity sensors. We are using currently these sensors. But in coming, we have to reduce the size of these sensors. As I told you, nano sensor are coming in the decades. Next slide. These are the sensors. You can see RGB, multispectral, hyperspectral, thermal, and 3D sensors. And we are going to get this satellite images. So these are some type of sensor we can use through the GPS, GIS, to get the information of this soil and crop infestation sites. So we can detect all the view of the field. Next slide. Now coming to the IoT for the smart farming system, Internet of Things. This is a technique you can play vital role in smart agriculture. So it enables the communication among the agriculture sensors and wireless sensor network. This is a type of all the internet computer they are connected. So this is the communication through the sensors and wireless network. It facilitates the collection of extensive data related to agriculture, productivity, and environment. The data include a range of essential parameters: air, soil, water, crop, fertilizer, pesticide. So all the data include all these things. So that is be transferred to IoT system. Next slide. So through this, we can monitor in real time. They enable sensors collect data on soil moisture, temperature, humidity, crop health. So they receive the real-time information, allowing them to make informed decisions promptly. Next, precision agriculture GPS technology combined with IoT farms precisely only fertilizer, pesticide, and water. And we can also make the system, irrigation system automation. So they can irrigate system and adjust the water supply depending upon the soil condition and weather conditions. So they minimize the water wastage and they optimize crop hydration. Depending on the need of the crops, they can supply the water irrigations. So this will make the automatic irrigations. Next slide. Next slide. So we can also manage the crop health. Drones, as I told you, with the camera, sensor, monitor crop health, early detection of the disease or pest problem, targeted interventions, supply chain optimization. So this track the produce from farm to market, ensuring the transparency and traceability, cold chain management, and blockchain for transparency. Blockchain technology ensures secure, transparent, and transaction within the supply chain. So they can enhance our trust and reduce the fraud, because all the process we can monitor through the IoT technology, because they are using the sensors and they are wirelessly. You are getting the information your mobile or your computer. Next slide. Now coming to the artificial intelligence. In future or currently, the work is going on this using this artificial intelligence in the agriculture. So AI-powered precision farming has a potential to revolutionize the way we grow food, making agriculture more efficient, sustainable, and environmental friendly. AI analyze the data from sensors, satellite imagery to provide the real-time insight on soil quality, pest infestation, or optimal planting schedule. So data already they are stored in storage, generated. So and using this AI intelligence, we make the decisions. Agriculture monitoring, action signal, and prediction. So AI will do on the behalf of human beings all these. Next slide. They are the AI using different soil management, agriculture supply chain, irrigation, wheat product, every field of the agriculture process they are using AI. Coming years, you will see the AI more use of this thing. I have seen very many startups are coming in this using this AI technology, already using this AI technology, taking the decisions, particularly weather forecasting and market forecasting, demand and supply. Next slide. So AI also enables us to suitable crop type, which crop we should use in the specific type of soil. So it also decides what is the demand in the market, what will be the demand in market. So all these parameters we can use the artificial intelligence. Traditionally, if you are using some crop, but demand is not there. Sometimes you have seen the price of onion, some potato, they are reducing. So we have to decide on the basis of AI which crop we should grow. Crop monitoring, they analyze the data collected from sensors, drones, satellite image to monitor crop health and detect pest and disease. Crop yield prediction, we can predict the yield. What will be the prediction? So based on this factor, such as weather pattern, soil, moisture, fertilizer usage, so we can make the planning according to the yield prediction. Irrigation management, the optimized irrigation schedule based on the real-time weather data, soil moisture level, reducing the water wastage and improving the crop health. Fertilizer management, AI can be used to analyze soil data and predict the amount of type of fertilizer needed for each crop in a field, reducing the fertilizer wastage and increasing crop yield. Pest and disease management, AI can be used to detect the identified pest and disease early on, allowing the farmer to take timely action to prevent the crop damage. So AI you can give the alarm in advance so that farmers can take action before some problem created. Next slide. So some digital tools and platforms are also a part of this smart farming. So a database that contains various information about the cultivation from soil condition to market assessment. Optimized decision operation that aid in making of best choice throughout the several agriculture production and distribution process. So this is a very crucial tool managing the agriculture risk, and they are use this IoT principles. Technology include all sensor, telecommunication system, drone, machine intelligence, automation, other advanced machinery. So digital tools all are included in this. Next slide. So digital tools and platform. So they are the cloud-based platform aggregated data from various sources, including weather forecast, satellite imagery, and historical record. So we can get this satellite imagery and weather forecast. So we can detect when the rain will be there, what is the possibility of the rain, what is the temperature in the next 10 days. So there are many startups are there, or cropping, there are many apps. So you can use, we can use these things. They are the cloud-based platform. Farmer can access these platform via the mobile apps or web interfaces to monitor their farms remotely. Diagnose crop disease, nutrient deficiency, pest issues by analyzing the photos of plant. Farmer can send the photos of their crop. If there is infestation there, they can take the photo, send to these apps. They will identify the pest, and they also recommend which pesticide you should use, and they will guide all the things. Recommendation for treatment over preventive measures, integrating water data, soil information, and crop data. Personalize the recommendation of planting, irrigation, and pest management. So these digital tools and platform help the farmers in recommending the use of this pesticide, herbicide, or fertilizer. Next slide. So AI-based digital system can predict a pest outbreak and disease occurrence. And by analyzing the historical data, real-time information, the system alert the farmer to take timely action, reducing crop loss. Digital loss enable efficient farm management, inventory tracking, and supply chain optimization. Digital farming involves the use of technology by the farmer to integrate financial and field level record for complete farm activity management. Next slide. So these platforms empower the farmers, enabling them to make informed decisions and improve their livelihood by providing transparency, fair pricing, and access to the wider market network. So these platforms, these apps are now available. You can download from this Google Store and some. You can from the Ministry of Agriculture website. You can download these apps, and you can get the information on the thing. Next slide. This smart farming, we are using these things, evaluating, planning, and then application results are there. Again, and if there is some error, some fault is there, we can repeat the cycle. If there is some, some error is there, we can repeat, we can improve in the next. So these are, you can see here, data is collected from every steps. So if there's some error, they can be make the error free. So this is cycle is going on to give the best smart farming practices. Next slide. Some agriculture, there are some advantage. They give the high yield as an input or optimize, better quality due to the compliance with the food standards, less water due to the customized practices, and precise application, supply chain management from farm to fork. But there are some challenges, high cost of adoption of the digital farming, limited access to the technology because there are these apps and they are limited in number. Next slide. Now coming to this logistic, this is very important part of the smart farming. From the you have to grow the harvest, taking to the market or cold storage. If they are not properly handled, so they will farmers not get the proper price, or there may be damage in the field itself. So this should be a smart system logistic. The management of supply chain for agriculture product and raw material from production to delivery to the consumer, efficient movement of the crops, reduce post-harvest loss, improve rural connectivity, facilitate in using the modern smart farming practices. This is fostering economic development. You can see the real-time monitoring. All these are with using the smart apps. You can use these things. So all are computerized, IoT based. Next slide. So these farm grower record, and there are a bulk supplier, processor, retailer, distributor. So these are the whole process from field to a consumer. So this should be smart using these apps. So everything will be very smart. Next slide. Next slide. So all this smart agriculture can make the agriculture efficient. Integrated farm management, comprehensive digital platform that track input, monitor crop growth, manage logistics for the streamlined agriculture operation, personalized advisory, AI-powered app that will provide the tailored recommendation or the pest control, irrigation, and market trend based on the local conditions, and connected ecosystem. All the blockchain enable traceability and e-commerce solutions. So traceability is also important. Where this agriculture produce are can be traced from field to consumer. So every step we make this smart. So traceability and e-commerce solutions are there in this efficient agriculture management through this smart agriculture. Next slide. This is the I'm not whole smart agriculture system. In the center, we have to focus farmers. There are apps or some hydroponics. You can see here the cloud services and other this you can the IoT-based agro system, all the and the mapping and including the animal agriculture. So this is the whole process of smart agriculture. Next slide. Now coming, this is we are talking about the smart agriculture. That in the next 2 or 3 decade, you will see the farming practices are going to be smart as well as intelligent. What is intelligent? They can take the decision on. There's no need to the farmers or some human being. So they will take decision themselves depending upon the condition of the field. Or so in this intelligent farming, we are developing this wearable nano sensor, array-based nanosensor. Nanosensors are just, as I told earlier, they are sensor for temperature, humidity, array-based temperature. In the one row, we have different types of nanosensor for humidity, temperature, pest, some detection of volatile VOC. So point of care technology. If there is some problem in a specific area, we can solve at that location only. Mobile and wireless network technology, nanosensor communication, and actuation system with machines. Next slide. These are, you see on the left side, these are the molecules, we can plant chemical signals which are produced during the stress condition of the plant. Either it may be biotic stress or maybe abiotic stress. They indicate the crop health status. Calcium ion, hydrogen peroxide, ROS, radical nitrogen oxide, VOC, volatile organic compound, ATP. They are some compound which are produced during the chemical stress condition. So if we detect early in the plant system, we can detect the disease or infestation before the symptoms appear. So they are, you can say, they are make the system smart and intelligent also. The smart, so for that we need to detect these things, we need the nanosensors. So smart, and then the nanosensor are maybe wearable or they may be implanted in the plant, or so they can use the digital, they can communicate through the wireless system, and they can be applied in different urban farming or precision farming. You can apply these things. Next slide. As I told earlier, they are the nanosensors, but they are in the nanoscale. They are also sensors, but in very scale is very less than the 100 nanometer. So these nanosecond devices that measure the physical quantities and convert these to signals that can be detected and analyzed. So this signal can be transmitted or communicated to the control system. Next slide. This is as I told the plant. They can be these wearable nanosensor are implanted in the leaf itself, so they can detect the changes in, and then they are communicated to the control system. First they are analyzed, then they can, and then they actuate the machines. So in these are the some, but here symptoms are not appear. They are detected before symptoms appear. Next slide. This is just a communication system, nano nodes, nano routers. Because the communication system should be smart. So it will be immediately, it should be go to the control system. So then we can make the decision. Next slide. As I told, these wearable sensors are there in the plant itself. They detect those signal molecules, communicate through the wireless system, and they maybe some they can communicate to the electronic devices, some smartphone, and then they analyze these signals. Depending upon the signal strength, they can be how much infestation or how much signal is there. So they can detect the degree of the damage. And then comes the actuation. If water is deficient, so it will give the instruction to the machines or irrigation system to give the water. So this is the actuation. So you can see here e-nodes. They are the sensor, a type of sensor which can detect the disease. So there are different types of pest damage or we can pathogen, mechanical damage. So we call it e-nodes, but they are actually detectors. And VOC, volatile organic compound, they are the chemicals which are produced during the stress conditions. Next slide. This is you can see here, there are some stress, they will produce some molecules as I told. So this is known as the whole process is known as sensing. First, this should be smart sensing. And after sensing, they will communicate it. They go to the control center. They are analyzed. They are using the AI system, IoT. Then they provide the control system to take the action according to the degree of the signal. So this is known as actuation. So this decision will be taken by the AI system or IoT. So they will take this thing. So this is the smart, futuristic, smart and intelligent agriculture. Next slide. This is the same system you can see here. You can see how they detect. So they know the sensing they do. They know the pattern of the volatile organic matter in a specific location. If of the healthy plant, they compare the healthy pattern and the unhealthy pattern. If there is an infestation of the pest in the specific area, so the pattern will be different. Just like you know the ECG. ECG of a standard heart is just simple. But if you have some problem in the heart, your ECG will be different. The pattern will be different. Same way, you see the different pattern of the infected area, or if some water is less, or some pest is there, some disease is there. So pattern will be of the signal will be different. Then they compare these pattern. Then they, as I told you, they give the compare this. They analyze through the AI. Then they give the actuation. Actuation means they will take the action automatically. They give the direction to spray the insecticide, or some give the direction to the irrigations, or depending on the light in the hydroponics, LED light there, depending on the how much light is required, how much photo period is of there. So next slide. So this is the summary of how the smart intelligent farming will become in the next 1 or 2 decades. So various types of nanosensor reported over the detection and monitoring plant signal molecules and metabolic content related to the biotic and abiotic stresses. So nanobiosensors, they can sense the ultra trace amount of various analyte. As I told you, that they are analyte means the volatile organic matter or some other molecules. They are present in the very less amount. So that's why I'm focusing on the nanosensors. They can communicate with and actuate electronic devices for agriculture automation, biotic and abiotic. So as I told you, plant stress and nutrient deficiency could be monitored in real time, because these, if they are communicated, their signal are communicated immediately. So you can monitor in real time. If you are sitting in India, you can see in the USA immediately what is the condition, what will be there. So this is the real-time monitoring to report the crop health status for the precise and efficient use of resources. Small intelligent nanosensors and electronic devices can play an important role for improving crop productivity in the future. Next slide. Now we are coming to why we are Viksit Bharat, what is the government is doing in this direction for the next 20, 30 years. So as I told you, this is the nanosensor use, focus on the nanosensors and so they are promoting those things to develop country. So smart and intelligent agriculture. Next slide. These are some initiatives by the government of India. This year, government has allocated 1.52 lakh crore rupees to agriculture sector. This was much higher than the previous one. And they are focusing on the natural farming, organic farming, certificates. They are now focusing on the certificates process, because the organic farming, until it is not certified properly, you cannot do the export or things. So they are focusing on the certification process. And they are, by the ICR, they have given the one scientist, one product, especially for to develop these things, for the keeping in view all the next decade. One district, one product, and GI tag, so that internationally they can recognize these things, a specific product, and they are focusing on the agricultural export. These all the initiatives are mostly taken by this Ministry of Agriculture and APEDA, ICR, CSI, DBT. They are promoting these things through this agency. Next slide. These are some schemes for agriculture. I will focus on the ENAM, NABARD, and for the loan. They are this organization, NABARD. and Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, Digital Agriculture Mission. This is I think day before yesterday, they have launched this Digital Agriculture Mission. DBT Agriculture, Drone Didi. They are giving the funds to the women in agriculture. They are providing the training to this drone training, Agri Udan, Agri Sure, Agri Clinic, and Fasal Bima Yojana. These are some government schemes which keeping in view the Viksit Bharat into 2047. Next slide. As I told you, this ENAM, this is actually national agriculture market. The farmers can get the benefit of this. They can all over the India. They can see what is the rate, what is the demand, and so about this. This is a type of mandi, national electronic mandi, you can say. And so ENAM products are revolutionizing the way farmers interact with the market. So this is an electronic platform for the farmers and some commission agents, service providers. Next slide. These are recently they are the Vigyan Dhara by DST Department of, and this and Bio E3 policy by the Department of Biotechnology. They are focusing on this economy, environment, employment, high value bio-based chemicals, smart proteins, fundamental biosolution, biopesticide, and biopesticide, biofertilizers, and precision biotherapeutics and climate resilient agriculture. They are giving the funds to the. So I will suggest you write project on and get the funding from this. Next slide. This I told you, Namo Drone Didi. This is the you can say provided training about this drone and Agri Udan. There are some schemes by the government of India. Next slide. As I told you the day before this mission has been launched, Digital Agriculture Mission. So it is focusing on the under the umbrella Agri Stack, Krishi Decision Support System, Soil Profile Mapping. So these will be available on the internet under the Ministry of Agriculture. So they have been providing all these facilities. Next slide. There are so many agri-tech, agri-based companies are coming. They have started some startups. So they are facilitating input market linkage, supported with the robust physical infrastructure network, improving the yield through the precision agriculture. And these are some startups. They are also providing the insurance facility, credit facility to the farmers. Next slide. These are as I told you, the agri-tech startups. The government is also providing so much funds to start some agri-tech industry. So they are as you know, that we are the producer of the milk, wheat, sugarcane. But we have to use the smart agriculture, and we have to so that we can compete with the international. Fourth agriculture revolution is an idea doorstep. So we have to make every step of the agriculture production smart. All the agri-tech ecosystem with embrace IoT-enabled agriculture practice to now AI-enabled machines and technology. This burgeoning sector is writing the next chapter in the country's farm story in the next few decades. Next slide. These are some I've seen some startup cropping I will mention here. They are using all these technologies, supply chain, IoT, big data, and next slide. The other fintech companies coming in this smart agriculture system. So they are giving this weather-based insurance, digital payment platforms, loan product. So the ARG, there are some startup companies with the finance condition. Next slide. The government of India is also promoting soil health clinics because they want to do soil analysis. Because farmers are adding so much fertilizer without knowing the deficiency, which fertilizers we should use. So they want to, because fertilizer import cost is very high. You know about the Ukraine. They are mostly the we are importing from that country due to the war. So fertilizer subsidy is very costly to the government of India. So they want to reduce the amount of fertilizer used. So based on the soil testing, we should use this fertilizer, and we should do not ignore the micronutrients. So micronutrients, zinc, manganese, copper, we should keep it also these micronutrients also. So government helping this, you set up the soil health clinics, and you use of the biostimulant. They are the develop this growth of the plants. Next slide. The government, this plant tissue culture, hydroponic, biotechnology department. So they are promoting these hydroponics to set up these things. Because in urban areas, just like the metro city, Bombay, Delhi, NCR, and so we need the fresh vegetables. So these can be set up near the metro city. So they can immediately get the fresh vegetables growing in the hydroponics. Next slide. There are some advantage of hydroponics. Next, this is the urban farming. You know the vertical farming, urban. They was grow without the soil. Next slide. So hydroponics and urban farming, they are in the coming year they will revolutionize the food production. Vertical farming, aquaponics. Here we use the water only, rooftop gardening. So vertical farming is a type of hydroponics. Next slide. So they are the benefits of hydroponics, as I told. So they save the water. There is no need of soil. No weeds are grown there, unwanted plants, because they take the nutrient. So there's no question of the weeds, no pest, no pesticide use, fast growth, urban farming, plate to plow, and nutritious food such as microgreens. So we can grow in the hydro, you can say, protected area. Next slide. Using this machine learning or artificial intelligence, we can change this new breeding technology. Those who are from the genetics background, they know we are developing. Earlier, we are using the molecular breeding. Earlier, now we can take the help of AI or machine learning. So they help in the how to select the parental lines, to develop the hybrids, and some. So we can use this thing, new technology, machine learning. So they will develop a new breeding technology to develop new variety of the seeds. So this can help in next slide. Now last is genome edited crops. This is those who are from the biotechnology background, they know this genome edited crops. Earlier we are using the GM crop, genetically modified crops. But due to the ban, government have a ban. This only BT cotton is released, other crops are not released. So we are just so instead of that, we can genome edited crop. This is use the CRISPR-Cas9 technology in the genetic engineering. So in the coming years, we can find the edited crops. So they are the precise targeted modification of the DNA, repairing of the faulty genes, edit genomes with the accuracy, improve the crop resilience, tackles change in the climate change mitigation. Because climate is changing, so we can develop those crops which can resist those, for example, less water, or we can say salt resistance crops, some other nutritious crops we can grow through this technique, genetic edited crops. So the work is going on, but in the future we will get this gene edited crops in the 2047. We expect some gene edited crop will be released by the government of India. So these will become in the next smart farming. They will become, so because GM crop, they are not released because they are some random insertion of the DNA, desired gene. But here we have know the precise site where the DNA or where the gene will go there. So we know the accurately site of the DNA insertion. Next. So we can conclude like smart agriculture enhance the farming practices, improve efficiency, and optimize the resource utilization and surveying and mapping fields. We can forecast weather, market demand, disease and pest infestation, provide data for the rational farm management plans, Robot drones, remote sensors, computer imaging combined with the continuously progressing artificial intelligence, machine learning, and analytical tools. Monitoring crop health status in real time, surveying and mapping fields. Prediction solutions such as yield, market price. We can predict all the things using the AI and autonomous decision making. So we can focusing this, in the coming years. You will see the autonomous decision using the AI. Next slide. Finally, I will suggest, or you can say, for the Viksit Bharat, we should collaborate among the policymaker, researcher, farmer to foster innovations and resilience. Strengthening the market linkage are essential steps towards the ensuring food security and enhancing farmer prosperity. Learning from each other, collaborate on the cutting edge technology, and explore new avenues for sustainable agri development. So there should be some coordination between the policymakers and researchers, and they should be communicated to the farmers. Some technology is available today also, but they are not disseminated to the farmers. They are inside the laboratory. Thank you.